Back to the big Saturday show. Remember when Elon Musk brought the sink to Twitter headquarters after his takeover went through? He told everyone, now let that sink in. Well, now he's bringing the receipts about what really went on at Twitter before he took over and the censorship of the Hunter Biden laptop story. Musk gave the documents and information to Substack journalist Matt Taibbi to expose the scandal. Dubbed the Twitter files, the evidence confirmed that Twitter engaged in censorship before the 2020 presidential elections. This was the New York Post story that started it all back in October 2020. And Taibbi wrote about how several former Twitter staffers colluded with the Biden campaign, showing email correspondence from a Biden staffer listing 5 tweets for review. And hours later, the staffer replied, handled.
The government cannot deputize private actors to do what the government is forbidden from doing constitutionally. But on free speech, this most sacred of rights, you can't say to Twitter, listen, you need to do this on our behalf and communicate with government officials because we can't do it ourselves, and do kind of an end around. This war on free speech is real, guys. This is not a joke. They use tools for child pornography to make sure you couldn't even DM the link to the new. Do you understand how bananas that is? That is crazy. What are they going to use?
Well, that is crazy, Dan. So, Tammy, I want to show you a couple of tweets and then get your take on the other side. So this is from Matt Taibbi. Twitter took extraordinary steps to suppress the story, removing links and posting warnings that it may be unsafe. They even blocked its transmission via direct message, a tool hitherto reserved for extreme cases, example, child pornography. And this from Elon Musk. Twitter acting by itself to suppress free speech is not a First Amendment violation, but acting under orders from the government to suppress free speech with no judicial review is. Now, Tammy, we know that there was censorship at Facebook on the behest of the FBI. It seems it's now gone a little bit towards Twitter. Do you see this as, it's my opinion, politicians probably shouldn't be able to say you need to delete something that isn't illegal just because it could damage a campaign. In essence, was Twitter acting as a proxy agent for the state?
Well, clearly it seems to be, because they were making decisions, as you see with these emails going back and forth, based on requests coming from the Biden administration. We know that Zuckerberg had said that it was the FBI that told them directly about, Russian disinformation is going to start showing up, and that it was presumed to be that they were talking about the laptop. So you see these decisions being made not just at Twitter, interestingly, but across really the social spectrum, right? You've got Facebook, you've got Twitter, perhaps also Instagram, issues there. And they've all strangely were focused on this one dynamic that, for whatever reason, was deemed to be a problem. I think that they also attach this to their hacked materials rule, right? That we're not going to put up anything that's hacked. And of course, conveniently, everybody, the government and Biden was saying that, this is hacked, right? This is Russian disinformation. And Kayleigh McEnany got locked out of her account for sharing the New York Post story because of violating the hacked materials rule. So across the board, there was this effort to just shut down not just the sharing of that story, but accounts that may have been sympathetic to wanting to have that conversation. And this is, I think, the biggest issue that this shows, the Twitter files. And there's supposed to be another batch tonight. We don't know what that's going to be about. Is that there was specific and direct requests to intervene, and that we're recognizing this as a request for a third party to act on behalf of the government. That becomes the problem.
Well, and Griff, one thing that I'm finding very interesting right now is mainstream media is not covering the story. Take a look. Network news coverage on the new info about Hunter Biden laptop story censorship. NBC, ABC, CBS. They're not covering it whatsoever. But what I have seen on social media are legacy media journalists coming out and attacking Elon Musk and even Matt Taibbi because he gave the story to an independent journalist. But let's remember, Elon Musk is about independent free speech, which is probably why he went to this independent journalist. But Matt Taibbi isn't some right-wing extremist. He used to be on Keith Olbermann, Bill Maher. He was regularly on MSNBC. Doesn't this prove that Musk is just staying in line what he said he's going to do?
Well, he is doing exactly what he said he was going to do. But the network coverage, that is going to change. You watch, because as we just heard from Tammy saying, we'll see what Musk does tonight. But we already know in the new year that James Comer, the incoming chairman of the Oversight Committee in the House, is going to have hearings. They're going to call all of these Twitter people ahead, to include that guy, Yoel Roth, who is the head of the safety department, that already got out there saying, it was maybe a mistake now to think about it. But you're going to get and find out, sort of to Tammy's point, just how far was the effort to suppress this information. Now, was it illegal? I don't know. It doesn't appear that any laws were broken, but we'll find out. However, if you needed any indication of proof that what was going on was grossly inappropriate at best, you've got Democrat Congressman Ro Khanna from representing Silicon Valley that was calling on behind the scenes saying, hey, guys, I'm not comfortable with this. What's going on? And that's a telltale sign. All of those networks that were late to get to the Hunter Biden, CBS just a few weeks ago confirmed the Hunter Biden laptop. Like, oh, we just found out 2 years later it's actually a legit story. They're going to pick up on this story because this is way bigger. I think we're at the tip of the iceberg on this.
Well, Democratic lawmakers seem to want the focus to go on to Elon Musk and not actually of the story. I mean, we heard from Senator Elizabeth Warren earlier this week.
One human being should not be able to go into a dark room by himself and decide, oh, that person gets heard from, that person doesn't. That's not how it should work.
Well, and David, I want to show you this Politico article by Ben Schreckinger that was just out yesterday, I believe. He said, Elon Musk is stoking controversy on a new front, just the latest sign that the tech billionaire continues to steer the platform in a direction more favorable to conservatives and libertarians. And this, just want to do one more thought from an NBC News report, again, talking about Elon Musk, because that is their story.
Researchers are warning that hate speech and harassment have increased dramatically since Elon Musk took over the platform.
And I just want to point out, that was this morning. That is what they were talking about. Shouldn't the real story be the realization that the left may not be protected anymore? Maybe the old guard establishment is not going to hide some of the things that they have done, their nefarious ways?
By the way, Elon addressed that hate speech that's been around for a couple days. Look, I really don't care what the networks do. They can or cannot choose to report it. December 1st, Thursday, Jim Jordan sent 2 letters that morning from House Judiciary as the incoming chairman, and he sent it to Brennan and Clapper. The collusion that was possible here, or likely, between DOJ, intelligence agencies, the letter of the 50 intelligence agency officers and former heads that was used in the debate between Biden and Trump when it came to the Hunter laptop story. And all of this is going to come out if the Republicans do their job right and actually expose this, follow the transparency of Musk to the transparency in open committee hearings under oath. It's key. Get them under oath, get it out there. They will do a world of good for the business that Twitter wants to become, the transparency that we need. And again, I just don't care whether the big three care to report on it. The American people are the ones that need to hear the story.
They sure do. And I'll tell you, I'm looking forward to the COVID Twitter files. Hopefully that's coming soon.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.